New videos every day.
Hi, I'm David Duhr, co-founder of WriteByNight, which is a writing center and writer's service here in Austin, Texas. In past videos, we've talked to you about how to fit creativity into your everyday life and ways to avoid that evil of all evils, writer's block. Today, I'd like to show you a real-world example of somebody who was able to knock that devil off his shoulder. When Austin Kleon graduated college, he no longer had an audience for his writing. No fellow students or professors forced to read his work. It stifled him creatively, and he found himself in the throes of writer's block. One day he sat down at his kitchen table to work on a short story, and the words just wouldn't come. We've all been there. It's a nasty, nasty feeling, and if you let it, writer's block, or any kind of creative block, can start to infect your day-to-day life. So, unable to write, Austin grabbed a New York Times from a stack that he had next to him. Each paper contained thousands and thousands of words. Words were all around him, but why couldn't he produce his own? There was also a Sharpie nearby, and it got him to thinking about redacted government documents, how they'll black out lines and even entire paragraphs of classified info deemed too sensitive for us little children. So Austin started blacking out words, sentences, even entire paragraphs. Pretty soon he discovered something. There could be poetry in these blacked out documents. In fact, there can be poetry anywhere. All you have to do is look for it. The result for Austin was a book called Newspaper Blackout. It became the #6 best-selling poetry book of 2010. So this is the very first poem in the book. It's called Sing to Me. Sing to me, O Muse, I have the time and the spot. Sometimes Austin will draw tracks along the page if words are out of place. This one's called Tetherball. If you were nicknamed Teeny Beekman, you'd hit the tetherball mercilessly. This one's called Dear Rock and Roll, and I like it. Dear rock and roll, I need rescuing over and over, again and again. Anything with a beat and a howl. Sometimes Austin will even make shapes on the page. I should preface this one by saying that Austin first started doing blackout poetry when he was living in Cleveland. He and his wife moved to Austin a couple years ago, and he wrote quite a few poems about the change in the weather. This one is called In Cleveland on My Deathbed. In Cleveland, I was on my deathbed, but I didn't know it. After I got out, I spent the 2007 season getting used to the sun, which was Major League in Texas. Here's another one about the weather that Austin wrote shortly after his move to Austin. It's called The Heat. The heat can be a little startling to newcomers. That's why you have nights stuffed with ice and beers. When back home is like a giant freezer, we're sitting in the park drinking margaritas. Austin also puts out this very cool vibe, sort of anybody can do this mentality that really shows in the work and in some of his writings before and after the poems. This one's called Sellout. He said to his wife, I'm resistant to say it on the record, but let's sell out and enjoy. Any idiot can do what I do. Pretty cool way to break through a barrier, huh? It's a good book, and if you're interested to learn more, check out newspaperblackout.com. Now, block isn't exclusively for writers. Any kind of artist can go through a creative blockage. In fact, Austin doesn't really even consider himself a poet. I interviewed him recently for Fringe magazine, and he says that he uses Saul Steinberg's line for himself, which is, I'm a writer who draws. Austin says basically what he does is I make art with words in it. So the next time you're blocked creatively, just look around you. Find something in your everyday life that you can turn into art. Or you can even try Austin's method. The back of the book acts as a guidebook for how to make your own newspaper blackout poems, and it's pretty simple. I'll read it to you. Grab a newspaper, grab a marker, find an article, cross out words, leaving behind the ones you like. Pretty soon you'll have a poem. And pretty soon you'll have left that creative block behind. In a future video, I'm going to be talking about Stephen King's book On Writing, which is the #1 craft book for beginning writers. And in future videos, I'll be talking about more ways to fight through creative block and how to find creativity in your everyday life. Thanks for watching. Visit my website at writebynight.net. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I will be responding to any comments that you leave below, so if there are any books you'd like to see reviews of or any topics that we haven't covered yet, go ahead and leave those. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psychetruth channel.